Welcome back. It's Josh with the Financial Advisor Car Guy. So this week, as you can tell, I am driving in my truck. So I apologize if it's a little bit bumpy. I am driving out to a client's business for work this morning. But while I was driving, I was just kind of letting my mind wander and thought, may as well record this. So for this week's episode, I wanted to talk a little bit about the new replacement vehicle for the Audi R8. Now, it's been confirmed for a long time that the R8 is dying in 2023. So with that in mind, it's been speculated that there'd be a replacement for quite a while now, but nobody knew exactly what it was going to be. There were images circling the web about a potential R9. There were other rumors about hybrid electric or a full electric vehicle. Well, anyway, the long and short of it is Audi is all but confirmed that it will be a full electric supercar, and they're ditching the R9 name, but it will be the successor to the current platform. Now, what ends up happening here is a couple of things. Talking about the R8 specifically, you know, guys that want a V8 or an R8 sports car, they're not going to be interested in this new electric version. I'm going to use my Mustang or the Mach-E as kind of the example here. You know, guys that want a V8 Mustang are going to flock more towards my convertible Shelby clone and not so much towards a four-door electric SUV style car. They're both called Mustangs. They're vastly different. In fact, they share zero commonality. So why Ford called it the Mustang, I don't know. So I've got to give some kudos to Audi because they're ditching the R8 name. Now, it may come back to be the R9 or the R10 or the R7 or the R1. Nobody knows. If it's any of those things, you heard it here first, but no, we don't know, you know, what that's going to look like. It may not be R anything. It could be the RE for electric. I don't know. But the whole point is they are coming out with something. We don't know when. It could be 2024, 25, 26. And Audi has remained pretty tight-lipped about the whole thing. They have not yet confirmed it, but there are a lot of articles being written all of a sudden coming out of the woodworks with pretty good information as far as, you know, suggesting that this car will be out in the next couple of years. They had a concept released at the 2028 auto show in Geneva, I believe, but it was an electric supercar. They did not call it anything that I'm aware of, but it looked similar to the R8 in design. Now, what I read is that they're planning to steal the platform. So right now, the R8 shares the chassis and the platform with the Lamborghini Gallardo and the the Huracan for the newer gen. Now, what they're talking about doing is what Audi did with the e-tron GT car. They sort of stole the chassis platform from the Porsche, I can't think of what it's called. It's their electric SUV, or their electric little four-door car. What is it called? Doesn't really matter. They stole the platform from Porsche and built their e-tron GT car on that chassis. Now, what is different about it is how it runs, how it drives, how it feels, how it looks. Obviously, one's a Porsche and one is not. But Audi didn't want to just rebadge a Porsche car. So what they did was take, you know, again, just the chassis where the batteries sit, all those things, and then build an entirely new car up. You know, similar, same wheelbase, all those things. Well, what they're looking to do with this particular car is basically build it on the same platform as the Porsche Boxster. Now, Porsche has built electric Boxsters already. I do not know that you can go buy one, but as far as the next generation car, it's already designed and ready and coming out in the next year or two. What they've done is give it that mid-engine feel. And by doing, well, to do that, they had to mount all the batteries literally behind the driver and passenger seats as if there was an engine back there. So you've got a power to weight ratio that's not a lot different. Well, the power's a lot more, but the weight differential and the way that the car is balanced is not a lot different than how the current Boxster setup is. So that's kind of the rumor, is that Audi's going to mirror that and either use the Boxster platform or chassis, or redesign something all entirely new, but use that same idea and stack the batteries behind the driver and the passenger to give it that weight distribution of a mid-engine sports car. So it'll still feel like an R8, even though it's not an R8. We have no idea what the price is going to be based on the current generation of the R8. You know, I'd be shocked if it came out a whole bunch below 200 grand. It probably won't. It'll probably be a $200,000 or more car. But it does have to price itself accordingly because it's got a lot of competition in that space, or more to come, I should say. They don't want to price themselves out and be too high. They also don't want to be perceived as something super cheap either. So, you know, Audi's historically done a really good job of pricing their car appropriately, based on the market, based on where the world's at, based on desirability, you know, and then of course the things like reliability that come with an electric car. You literally plug it in and there's very few things that can break. You replace the brakes and you replace the tires. That's about it. So it's a very low maintenance car, assuming the batteries don't die, assuming the batteries don't leak or cause fires and those kind of things, which, you know, they're starting to learn in other electric cars how to fix those things. And so I think, honestly, as new electric cars come out, they will become better and more reliable with longer range and faster charging and all those things. You know, all the reasons that people were reluctant to buy early generation electric cars has been, for the most part, redeemed and remedied, but not entirely. I mean, people still get range anxiety. It's still a real thing. I can drive, you know, 400 miles on a tank of gas in my truck, which I'm in right now. Or I can drive that Mach-E about 300 miles or 310 or something like that, which is exactly the same as what we were driving my wife's 5 Series distance-wise on a tank of gas. So the range anxiety thing, to me, it's more made up than anything. I mean, if I know I can drive just as far, I don't know what I'm worried about. Anyway, my point is, I think that's getting better, and this new generation Audi sports car should be better than that. And if they can keep it light enough with a big enough battery pack, the range should be pretty good. You know, I don't need much range in my R8. I literally put a few miles on it here and there. I'll drive it around town, or I'll take it out on the highway and just rip it up and down and then go home. So, I mean, I'm not putting a ton of miles on that car. I mean, I went like 7 months without putting gas in that car, something like that. So, I mean, for me, I don't need a super big range battery, but that's okay. I mean, if it were to come with one, more power to them. So, but that's about all I got for you guys today. I wanted to talk a little bit about that car and let you know that it is coming out. We don't know exactly what it's going to look like. I'm hoping it looks similar to the concept car. It looks fantastic. And so, you know, I shared with you guys that the first time I saw the concept car for the R8, I fell in love, and that's why I wanted one so bad. I wouldn't say I feel the same way about this car, but I like it. I do. I think it's awesome looking. And we'll kind of see what happens from here. So hang in there, and I'll keep you posted as I get updates and things. But, you know, if you know more than I do, tell me about it. Comment down below or shoot me an email. I'd love to hear it. But otherwise, like and subscribe. And remember, may every investment you make be a good one. Until next time.